Thank you. All right. So, next talk is from Dhrumil. How many have you were there last time in Devfest? Okay, quite new faces. That means. All right. So I'll give a quick intro about Dhrumil. Rest he'll give himself. So Dhrumil is a GD in Flutter. He's also an organizer in GDG Ahmedabad. And there are many more details I can give about him. But I'll keep that, and he will come and give a even powerful more introduction. Give a big round of applause for Dhrumil. थोड़ा जोर दी. Dhrumil, stage is yours.
આગળની લાઇટ બંધ કરાવી દેશો જેને ઊંઘવું હોય તે ઊંઘી જાય મને ડિસ્ટર્બ ના કરે ઓકે બધા આવી ગયા છે ઓકે કેન વી સ્ટાર્ટ ઓકે સો આઈ હોપ સવારથી તમે અત્યાર સુધી મારું નામ બહુ વાર સાંભળ્યું હશે રાઈટ ધ્રુમિલભાઈ ધ્રુમિલ સર ધ્રુમિલ ગુરુ આઈ ડોન્ટ નો વાય મને ડાન્સ ઇન્ડિયા ડાન્સનો એપિસોડ યાદ આવી ગયો Dharmesh sir, kind of. Okay. A lot of self-promotion. नहीं करवा नहीं आया हूँ. Okay. So before we start, I just want to know, okay, do you really enjoy the food today? Yes. હવે મારા સેશનની અંદર છે ને તમારા લોકોએ જવાબ આપવો હશે તો કાં તો ચીઝ પાડવી પડશે અથવા તો પછી મોબાઈલની ફ્લેશ લાઇટ ઓન કરીને યસ કહેવું પડશે. ઓકે તો ચીઝ પાડવી છે કે ફ્લેશ લાઇટ ઓન કરવી છે? કેટલા લોકો એવા છે જે લોકોને ચીસો પાડવી છે? તો ચીઝ પાડો ને હાથ કેમ ઊંચો કરો છો? ઓકે how many of you want to switch on your flashlight of your mobiles to give the answers? Okay, very less. ઠીક છે. I hope you are not feeling like this because I am feeling very sleepy. I had a really good lunch. Okay. કેટલા લોકોને ઊંઘ આવે છે? ચીઝ પાડો અથવા તો ફ્લેશ લાઇટ. Okay, fine. So this is today's session. Session or no session? Are you guys with me? Okay, no, that's not actual session, okay? So we are here for this, okay? Add support for new generation mobile screens with Flutter. Okay, so what do you mean by the new generation? Well, like before we start, let me just give you a simple introduction. So I'm a 3-year experienced old father. Thank you. So those who are, new as a parent, as a father, let me know. I can help you with my experience. Okay. So I'm working at a company called Tata Digital as in the lead architect. Apart from that, I'm a Google developer expert, co-organizer of GDG Ahmedabad community. There is one Twitter handle which is called Flutter_Flex, where I'm tweeting all about the latest updates around the globe about the Flutter. So if you are interested in Flutter and want to know कि ये नई information है या किसी ने blog लिख दिया, किसी ने कुछ content create किया, वो कहाँ से मिलेगा? This is the one source of a Twitter handle where you can get it. There is some Google startup accelerator program are being happened at the Google. So I'm mentor over there as an official mentor. Apart from that, if you are running your startup, I provide that consultancy as well in terms of how to convert your idea into your solution and whether do you really want to build a tech solution or not. So those kind of things we can discuss. There is a Women Developer Academy program as well where I've been invited as in the mentor. So those are some things which I do apart from my job. So before we start, I just want to tell you that, just please keep quiet. Yes. Make sure कोई नानो छोकरो यहाँ ना हो नहीं तो भीनू कर से. Okay. Are you guys? Are you sure आज डांस है तो? By the way, drinking alcohol and smoking cigarettes are injurious to health. I'm not promoting that. Okay? Okay, fine. So let's get started actually. So if your friends, hello. So if your friends are still out, get them in. Otherwise, you know what the Lord Bobby has done. Okay, so I'll call Lord Bobby. Okay, fine. So what do you mean by the new generation of, the screens, mobile screens? So maybe the first is like, that nudge. The another is like foldable phone. And that is actually a visible separator. Okay, which you can see that two different screens are attached together. So what they call? So the first, which has a nudge, is known as a cutout. The second is known as with the visible hinge. That's called as a hinge itself, which is a visible separator. And the third one, which is like the pure screen but can be foldable. So that's called as a fold. Simple, easy to understand. Okay, so throughout the session, we will make sure that we will use this notation to identify cutout, fold, or hinge. Okay, now what will happen here? So when you start building an application, and now there are this new generation screens available, you have to take care of some more stuff just apart from your normal app development. Because when there are multiple screens are available which can be folded, which can be used on a different way, there are different orientations are also available. Like in a portrait, you can see it can open like a book. Okay, it can be open as an inside and outside as well. If it is a landscape, you can use it, like a laptop as well. And it has like totally different use cases. The way you are holding your device. If you are holding your device like this, like this, like this, like this, totally different use cases. So you have to understand that in right now which orientation, in which way your user is actually handling or holding your device, and the way you will re-render your application. Okay. So when you develop or start developing apps for dual screens, so there are some patterns that you need to take care of. Okay, so these are some common patterns that you need to take care of. First is like extended canvas, list and details, 2-page, dual view, and companion pan. Now what all this will take each one by one. So extended canvas, that means everyone know what is canvas it is? What is canvas? The general canvas, like your blank paper. So extended canvas means if you have dual screen, you can expand that. So it will just, get stretched towards the full screen. So this is what the real example of extended canvas. Like you are opening a web browser, it will just get expanded in your full screen, your whole dual screen. Okay, list details. Those who have used tablets or iPad, they might have know that on one side there is a list, right hand side there is a detail page. So there's the same example of list and detail page. Correct? If you are using your dual screen. 2-page. Now when this is being used, when your application is something like an e-book reader or like a menu, a food menu, where you can use the dual screen as a 2 different page, like first page and second page will come on a next page. So that's called a 2-page. The dual view is come where there is a one screen is actually helping your another screen. If you take an example of a Google Maps, in Google Maps, if you search something, your listing comes on a left, and your whole Google map where the plotting of all this location coming on a right hand side. Airbnb किसी ने यूज किया है? Airbnb वेबसाइट. ओके, जिन्होंने यूज नहीं किया वो उनको नहीं पता होगा. जिन्होंने यूज किया है उनका ऐसा है कि लाइक यहाँ पे अगर मैं गूगल मैप जूम इन जूम आउट करूंगा उस हिसाब से मेरा लिस्ट भी अपडेट होगा. So the same thing you can achieve in your mobile as well, but you have to make sure that you will implement in this way that when there is a dual screen, it will behave like this. So this is the dual view example, which we were talking about, like Google Map. Next is a companion page. That means you want to do something, but you want to use your extra space as your toolkit. For example, if you are using a Flutter flow to build your application, now on the left hand side you have like whole your place to play around, and right hand side you have tool. As soon as you will change the tools, it will get updated. Right? So this is like one image editor app, video editor app. So when you have dual screen phone, you can utilize the extra space to implement your application's feature accordingly, and that's how you can utilize. Also, there are some things that you need to take care of while building a dual screen apps. Can anyone tell me कि जारे dual screen app था तो क्या क्या challenges आई सके? તમારી પાસે સિંગલ સ્ક્રીન તો છે બધા પાસે, right? Right now everyone have a single screen. Now just think about it. If your phone started, opening like a book, what kind of challenges will come? Responsiveness, then UI update થઈ જાય, okay. That, I mean, it will just get stretched. But apart from the stretching out the screen, what are the rest of the thing you can think of? No idea? Something like this. Right now, you are having a one dialog which is on center of the screen. But now you have to make sure कि ये center में ना आए, so that वो view ना बिगड़ जाए user का. Correct? वो either left side पे आए, either right side पे आए. The same thing can happen for your bottom sheet as well. आपके कीबोर्ड के लिए भी कीबोर्ड आ गया, आधा यहाँ पे और Y और M में प्रेस ही नहीं कर पा रहा हूँ. क्यों? वो तो बीच में हिंज में आ गया. How I can do that? So make sure that whenever you are planning your application to support for dual screen or such new generation, you have to take care of those things. Drop down, which is like always a critical. Just make sure, see, whenever we are discussing this thing, look at the orientation of the device as well. See, this is in portrait, landscape. So you don't know in which way your user is using your application on such devices. So while you are developing an apps, you don't have to just take care of कि यार हाँ जीरा में ये टास्क था, ड्रॉप डाउन इम्प्लीमेंट करना ही कर दिया, ठीक है. एंड फिर QA आता है, ये तो नहीं चल रहा. QA भी नहीं लेके आएगा. क्यों? क्योंकि उसके पास ड्यूल स्क्रीन फोन नहीं है. क्यों? कंपनी के पास बजट नहीं है. और ये बग कहां से आएगा? क्लाइंट से. Also, this is also another example that when you stretch out the stuff, make sure you are aligning them properly as well. Okay, like for example, you have an application where you have different columns or different list views. But when there is a dual screen comes into the picture, what you will do, you will just share. No, you have to change the aspect ratio as well, because there are different columns. It shouldn't be come in between. You can rearrange the stuff, not just like expanding it, the way the patterns that we discussed. Okay, proper layouting. अगर मैंने फोन ऐसा पकड़ा है और मेरे 2 पेज ओपन हो रहे हैं, ठीक है. Now if I change it to landscape, what will happen? पेज ऐसा आएगा क्या? ये एक सिंगल पेज हो जाएगा. It should convert into single page. So those are the things you need to take care of. Okay, and let's see how we can solve this using the Flutter. So I hope everyone have played the quiz, right? So everyone know what is Flutter is. Okay, so Flutter is nothing but an open source framework by Google for building beautiful, natively compiled, multi-platform application from a single code base. These all words have its own meaning. Okay, natively compiled means whenever you run your application, it will directly convert it into the ARM code so that your host platform can understand. So there is no middle layer for transpiling or anything. That means whenever you are writing a code in a Flutter, it runs on Android, iOS, web, Mac OS, Linux, and also as the other speakers. I suggested that you can also add in other languages as well. But the platform is the host platform, can be anything. The single code base done, multi-platform done, natively compiled and beautiful. That means you have a full control because the whole canvas is with you. You can write any code which you want and it will just get rendered. So, and in Flutter, everything is a widget. Whatever you see on the screen is a widget. So whatever we discuss, these all things. These all things are what? A widget. Correct? In Flutter, when you build an application, there is a scaffold widget. In scaffold, you are creating your screen. In screen, you are adding some different widgets like button, image view, list view, text view, grid view, ye view, wo view, maro view, taro view. Okay. Picture. So what will happen when there are a lot of different widgets? So how you can divide it? Simple. Can I do this way? The widget 1, widget 2, widget 1, widget 2. If my orientation will get changed, I will change from widget 2 to widget 3 or widget 1 to 3 or widget 1 simple. Easy? But how we can do that? Simple. We have a ready-made package. You don't have to do anything. The ready-made package name is dual screen. Can you see this dual screen is packaged by whom? Microsoft कहाँ से आ गया Google में? So the thing is, when the first dual screen phone came, that was from the Microsoft Surface Duo. So as soon as the Microsoft Surface Duo came into picture, they started supporting the Flutter from the day one. So they came up with the library which have all the supports to support these dual screen devices. So the best part of this using the dual screen package is it has a widget of 2-pan. Now in 2-pan you can see all this required stuff, which is like start pan, end pan, the pan proportion as well. That means how much your first pan will look like. The pan means the portion. Okay. Now कौन सा portion जो है वो priority में रहना चाहिए? Correct. What the direction it should be, whether vertical or horizontal? Okay. What will be the padding of it? So these all are the inbuilt property. So what you have to do is you have to just put a code, write a widget, and that's it will run. Just like this. The start pen blue one, end pen is orange B, pen property is 0.3. What does that mean? The first pen will take 0.3% of the screen, rest of the screen will be taken care by end pen. And the pen priority means अगर मेरी width 500 से ज्यादा है तो दोनों पैन दिखेंगे, अदरवाइज सिंगल पैन. What does that mean? अगर मेरा फोन फोल्डेड है, just like this, उसका मतलब उसका width कम हो गया. So I will be shown only one widget. वो one widget में कौन सा widget दिखेगा? A या B? A दिखेगा, because the default priority is A. Okay, but if my screen gets open, so that means my width will get increased from 500. So it will show both the pans, A or B. Easy way to implement. Correct? Now, so here this is what that particular code will generate as a result. So widget A and B both take the 1 screen. On a tablet or a desktop, widget A takes 30% of the screen. Okay, and the widget B will take 70% of the screen. On a small phone, when there is the width is less than 500, it will take widget A. Now, how you identify that exactly is a dual screen type or a state? Because what we discussed, how many types were there in the dual screen as well? Looks like some slides I missed, that's why I need to go back. Okay, this. Now, if I want to identify whether my phone is this or this, it's a difficult, right? Then how I should do this? So there is inbuilt method available from the media query itself. Media query .off.context.display features. Now what this display features is? So display features has 3 properties: bounds, type, and state. Now what are the types and what are the states? I know this is like pure text session. अभी तक जो session attend किया था वैसा नहीं है. Okay. So those who are interested, please pay attention. The rest of the people just sleep the way they are sleeping right now. Okay. Fine. So the bounds are where your React area are there. The type will return you that which type of phone it is, whether it's a cutout, whether it's a hinge, or whether it's a fold. Simple. So it will give you कि भाई ये जो phone use कर रहे हो कौन सा phone है. Now you got it कि whether आपका phone hinge है या फिर foldable है. Based on that, now you can also identify the state. Whether मेरा जो phone है, which is like for example foldable phone. Now that foldable phone is open, I mean it's a flat or it's a half open. And if your phone is not a foldable or not with the hinge, and if you run this command, then the state will be unknown because on a cutout there is no open or flat, half open or flat. So it will return as an unknown. So from here what you will get, whether I have a foldable phone or not, a foldable phone is open or closed, I got that much. But now I want to know that at what angle what angle the user is opening the screen. Because as if user open a little bit of screen, I want to change my UI. If it opens the 70%, I want to change my UI. If it opens 180%, I want to change my UI accordingly. Correct? If it is 90%, I want to change my UI. Now based on my orientation as well, I want to update my UI. If a user is opening my device in a portrait mode with a 90%, that means it is a reading mode. If it is on a landscape, it might be on a tabletop mode. So I may change my UI. So for this, the angle stuff, there is another method which called hinge angle events, which returns a stream of data, and that data is double. Double because it is returning your angle, that unit what angle it is returned. So based on that, you can identify in two pan what logic you want to put. कि अगर ये है तो मैं pan A में कौन सा widget डालूंगा, pan B में कौन सा widget डालूंगा, what will be the priority, and that's it. इतना ही था. That's it. So that's why Flutter for everything. Any questions? That's it, I'm done. उठ ही जाओ. See, I just been told કે સાહેબ 1 કલાક મોડા ચાલીએ છીએ આપણે. લોકોને ઊંઘ આવે છે, તમારું સેશન બતાવવાનું છે તો મેં બતાવી દીધું. Okay, any questions? Anyone? Yes, sir. So this is my phone. This is my foldable emulator. You can see it's written over there. A fold in. If I go here, I change it. Can you see pan 1, pan 2? And this is my single screen. So this is the horizontal one which I created. So to answer your question, yes, it is. Okay, any further question? Fine. Thank you so much. This is Dhrumil Shah. You can follow me with this handle on Twitter, GitHub, Stack Overflow, LinkedIn. And if you want to email me, you can use the same one, but @ उसके पीछे आएगा. Okay, thank you.